The group slowly backed away as the clown moved in on them. The group turned and ran the other way, but as Emma turned, she lost her footing and tripped on a ripple in the rug they'd been standing on. Before she could get herself back up, the clown broke into a full sprint towards her. In that moment, something possessed her to pull out the diary they'd picked up earlier. She held it up above her head, with the embossed logo facing forward. Suddenly, the clown stopped. It just stood there, frozen. Emma could hear the labored, hollow breath of the clown as it slowly backed away from her. Seeing an opportunity, she scrambled to her feet and ran to catch up with the others not too far ahead of her. So many questions pierced her mind. What was that thing? Why did this diary save me? Emma finally caught up to the group. As they turned to assess the situation, the clown was gone, vanished into thin air. Reeling from their encounter with what the group now assumed to be Patches the clown, Emma, Sophie and Tom scrambled through the dark corridors of the attraction. Eventually they found their way out through an opening in the wall that they hadn't noticed earlier. Their escape led them down a long and twisted path to the Ferris wheel, an imposing structure that seemed to loom over the carnival like a dark sentinel. The Ferris wheel's cabins creaked in the wind, their once bright colors now faded and peeling. The group's flashlight beams danced across the massive structure, revealing its dilapidated state. Despite its obvious disrepair, the wheel seemed to slowly move on its own. "This thing is huge," Jake said, his voice tinged with awe and apprehension. "I don't like the way it's swaying." As they approached the base of the wheel, a low hum began to emanate from the structure. Tom shined his flashlight up to the top of the Ferris wheel and noticed something peculiar. One of the cabins appeared to be occupied. The friends squinted and saw shadowy figures looming up there in the distance. Sophie shivered and clutched her charm. Those figures, they look like people, but they're not moving like they should. Emma nodded, feeling a sense of dread as she looked up at the cabin. The figures seemed to be trapped, their faces distorted in silent screams. To the others' surprise, Emma started to climb the maintenance ladder up to the top of the Ferris wheel. "What the hell are you doing, Emma?" Sophie yelled. "I'm not going to be pushed around by some clown, and I'm certainly not going to let some apparitions deter me from finding Jake. I'm looking for any clues that will help us get to him. You can either come up with me or stay down there and hope that clown doesn't come back. But just so you know, I have the diary with me." Knowing her logic was sound, the friends ascended cautiously, each step up the rickety ladder increasing their anxiety. The hum grew louder, and the air grew colder as they slowly reached the top. At the Ferris wheel's apex, they found the cabin that showed the shadowy figures while on the ground, its door slightly ajar. Emma pushed it open, revealing an empty space with symbols etched into the walls. The figures they had seen were nowhere to be found. As they investigated, the cabin's door slammed shut behind them, trapping them inside. The Ferris wheel's hum intensified, and the cabin began to shake violently. The friends struggled to keep their balance as the wheel started moving faster. Panic set in as the cabin's lights flickered on and off, revealing fleeting glimpses of ghostly faces staring back at them. What had they found, and how would they escape this ever-growing nightmare?